Guys, this is a massively important and revealing story about Prince Harry. The Charity Commission for England and Wales released the results of a probe into Sentebale, his charity that he founded. Now, while outlets like People magazine are spinning this into the prince's favor, the reality of the actual results of this investigation prove that he's absolutely lost and should be ashamed of himself. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor, and no charity should be about one person, which Sentebale has seemingly become about. Well, actually, two people, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Now, for those of you who don't know the backstory of the story, I have posted a lot of this back in the day when this charity controversy came about, with Dr. Sophie Chandoko doing interviews revealing that she was sort of pushed out of this organization for not apologizing to Meghan Markle, for not clearing the air in the press that there wasn't an issue between the two of them. But the actual details, as she explained it, were far more sinister. Harry basically was trying to use this organization as a PR mouthpiece, as a sort of ancillary part of the Sussex squad. And she was taking umbrage with that. She was also taking umbrage with the fact that Prince Harry's stock is not as valuable as it used to be. And that was affecting the charity, because the charity should not be about just one person. It should be about the kids. And Prince Harry's drama and all the things with his family, it's divided a lot of people, where certain people don't want to be involved in Sentebale now because of Prince Harry's involvement. And that actually does affect the charity. But anytime she would bring this up, other people would be afraid to sort of address it or agree with her. And it sort of began to divide the community. And so clearly, Prince Harry wasn't okay with the fact that she was actually asking these tough questions and refusing to just do as he said to protect his wife, which again, she has nothing to do with this charity. I actually did a really big breakdown on our documentary in episode 4, before any of this even came out. I summed this all up in a really great piece that I am going to release tomorrow for you guys to see, to hopefully entice you guys, if you haven't already, to watch our documentary series with Hate Meghan, where we break down all of the things that Meghan particularly, but in this case, this was sort of a Harry and Meghan combo, the things they have done to lose the public. And this was one of those things that really was, I mean, as if it wasn't, there were so many nails already, but this was one of the final nails in me, because Sentebale is like a really important organization for kids in Africa. And to learn that Harry was pretty much trying to exploit this to better his own name and his wife's, to get PR opportunities, is what Dr. Sophie was alleging, was shocking. So when they then said that an investigation was going to be run, I was very interested to see what these results are. Now, before we get to what some of the actual results are, I want to look at how People magazine, which is a big outlet of Harry's, is putting this out there. Charity Commission found no evidence of widespread or systematic bullying or harassment, including misogyny or misogynoir, following the investigation. They released the results. They found no evidence, saying it again, or overreach by either the chair or the Duke as a patron. So they are admitting Dr. Sophie didn't overreach, which is what Harry kept implying that she was doing. However, a source tells People that Prince Harry and Prince Siso see no way back to the charity while Chandoko remains chair. So this whole article becomes more about Harry's exclusive comments, whining and whinging, wah, 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 as he often does. There we go. I haven't played that clip in a while. I can't even listen to the crying sound. But here's what it was. They announced no evidence of why. Again, they repeat this over and over again as a knock on Dr. Sophie. Following the investigation, the commission also found no overreach. Notice how they're not even really giving much of the quotes. However, the commission criticized all sides for allowing the conflict to play out publicly, and cited poor internal governance and a failure to resolve public disputes internally severely impacted the charity's reputation and risked undermining public trust. This is the key paragraph. While they've pasted the other one 3 times to try to be pro Prince Harry, this is the real story. They're citing that the fact that this played out publicly is bad. Who started this publicly? Prince Harry did. Prince Harry is the one who released this and made this public when he announced he was leaving Sentebale because he couldn't work with the chair. That's putting it publicly. Dr. Sophie then did some article and did some interviews to defend herself and the charity, because she was under attack by Prince Harry and the press in this huge campaign to attempt to push her out. So who made this about the press? So I guess the charity, an investigation saying, none of this should have gone public. And sure, you can blame Dr. Sophie, I guess, a little bit, but I can't really, because she's allowed to defend herself, which is what she did. And notice they also said a poor internal governance Failure, and there's more we're going to get to in a second, but that's the extent of the negative Harry that they'll say. In a statement responding to the findings, a spokesman for Harry said, unsurprisingly, the commission makes no findings of wrongdoing in relation to Sentebale's co-founder, Prince Harry. They also found no evidence of widespread bullying, harassment, or misogyny or misogyner, as falsely claimed by the current chair. Despite all that, their report falls troublingly short in many regards, primarily the fact that the consequences of the current chair's actions will not be borne by her. Basically, she's not owning up that she ruined everything. No, of course not. She doesn't agree with that. But by the children who rely on Sentebale's support. Oh, well, then why'd you quit? Why'd you quit if it's really about the children? You're the one who left. Source tells People that Prince Harry and Princess see no way back to the charity while Chandoko is in place, but they are keeping their options open. They are devastated at what effectively has been a hostile takeover by Sophie, the source close to the former trustee said. You mean by someone who's not just going to be your yes woman? That's what you mean. This person's going to actually challenge you, and so you can't handle it. So therefore, forget the kids. I'm out. Because I can't have the person in charge not support my wife when I tell her to. My God, what a joke this guy is. This was Prince and Prince Ciso, man. Grow some balls. Their life work here now ruined because of Meghan Markle. They established it 19 years ago and put blood, sweat, and tears of their own money into building the charity up to what was a multi-million-pound charity that delivered nothing but good. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, they can't be involved in... They're complaining. We put so much money, now we lost our charity. What about the kids? This dude is literally, his statement is whining about how he needs to have credit for all the money he's put up building the charity. Dude, you're a scumbag. This is what he does. Eternal victim, Prince Harry. In a separate statement, Sentebale's former trustees expressed disappointment in the findings, saying key issues they raised about the charity's leadership had been overlooked. So all the people who jumped ship with Harry were disheartened by the way that the Charity Commission chose to ignore key concerns and irrefutable evidence. Blah, 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 blah. Notice no more quotes from the investigation, and instead all quotes about Harry, the people, and photos. How dare. Now, Sentebale's current board said it accepted the findings and committed to carrying out the recommendations. It sent to a plus the address, blah, blah. And then they did get a quote from Charity. I appreciate the Charity Commission for its conclusions, which confirm the government's concerns I raised privately in February 25. She's reminding everybody, I did this privately. You made this public. The experience was intense and became a test of our strategic clarity and operational resilience. Anyway, so this is what's so frustrating. That whole thing, more statements from Harry. This is how People magazine does it. But I want to get to the facts. The real quotes prove that they blame everybody. And there's some more specific. No sanctions were imposed on the charity with the current leadership remaining in place. So clearly she did nothing wrong. That's important because Harry was going against her, as were the former trustees, saying she was actually, ruining this charity. They didn't see any of that. The commission criticized all parties for allowing the damaging dispute to play out publicly, but I think that's unfair because she's allowed to respond to herself. Prince Harry's spokesman criticized parts of the report as troublingly short, while the current charity said the adverse media campaign from those who resigned caused the damage. It's bittersweet outcome for Harry, who's left the charity. Much of the criticism from the commission focused on how the internal dispute descended in such a public argument in the media, which it said it damaged the charity's reputation. Exactly. Harry caused that. Prince Harry accused of being toxic by the charity's chair and stepped down. Sentebale's problem played out in the public eye, enabling a damaging dispute to harm the charity's reputation. Who did that? Harry, because he didn't like it anymore. He couldn't get what he wanted, so he went and whined. And again, that risks overshadowing many of the achievements, jeopardizing the charity's ability to deliver for the very beneficiaries it was created to serve. So that's a knock on Harry. You caused that, Harry. Prince Harry's team welcomed the finding that there had been no evidence of bullying, though a spokesman said the report falls troublingly short. But let's keep going. She remains at the head of the charity for no reason for her. They found no reason for her not to continue. We are emerging not just as grateful to have survived, but stronger. The report confirmed that the new trustees had been validly appointed and could move forward free from interference. They also said that although there was no evidence of widespread systematic bullying or harassment, including misogyny, it acknowledged a strong perception of ill treatment felt by a number of parties and said it wasn't its role as a regulator to adjudicate on individual claims of bullying. So notice, while the headline in People was 4 times, no proof of bullying, no proof of bullying, there actually was a quote in the investigation proves, well, actually a lot of them felt bullied, and it wasn't our role as a regulator to adjudicate on individual bullying claims. So therefore, no bullying found. Notice how that spin happened? Despicable by people and by Prince Harry. Commission had not sanctioned any the commission has not sanctioned any individuals, but its regulatory action plan is meant to address problems such as lack of clarity over roles. It warned of weakness in charity management, and that it added to the disagreements, and the tensions rose. But you get the idea that this part right here is so key, because they're not basically acknowledging, we couldn't prove it, but clearly everyone felt it. And so, it's not our job to adjudicate which ones or how to basically punish them. Meanwhile, let's not forget, the kids of this are now stuck because Harry's left. So what's Harry going to do? Well, Harry, the last little part, he basically teases creating a competing charity. That's what he's going to do. Regardless, he will absolutely, through the charity committee, he brings some closure that underscore the damages to the public image. Regardless, Prince Harry remains absolutely dedicated to the children of Lesotho and Botswana. How that happens, we'll keep in options, whether that means raising money for pre-existing charities that are doing work there, or establishing something independent and new that he can control. It's very early days. I'm positive he'll want to work with. Anyway, so rather than help the kids and just remove himself from the situation and ensure the kids are doing well, he's going to create a new charity to compete with the old charity so he can be on top. That's very charitable, isn't it? Good for you, Harry. They found that Dr. Sophie is not the problem, that there were internal problems that were valid, and that it shouldn't have caused a PR battle, which you started, and somehow it's her problem. And you can't continue with her there. Yeah, no crap, because she's not going to be your mouthpiece. And I got to say, I applaud her. Bravo. It makes me want to give to Sentebale more than ever. Once you're fully gone and out, I want them to have the biggest year ever. And I hope she can sort of pull that off to prove that it was Harry who was the problem. I'm severely rooting. It's like, part of me thinks we should do a whole year-end charity round for Sentebale once it's official and he's completely gone. Can we figure out a way to make this their best earnings ever? Because my God, would that be perfect. You are such a egotistical, narcissistic crybaby. This has nothing to do with about you. This is about the kids. Shame on you. And shame on Meghan for getting herself all mixed up in the stupid trophy ceremonies. That is one of many reasons why there's so much problems with her in the press. And I urge you, please, if you haven't already, go sign up, go to popcornplanet.com. You can become a member today. All members, you go over to the documentaries tab, whether from the homepage or whatever, and you can go click on a With Hate Meghan. You'll be able to see episode 1 starts here, 2, 3. You can watch the trailer. I urge you to check it out. Episode 4 will be dropping tomorrow. We'll have a special teaser and trailer for you as well to watch more. I hope you will check it out and support it. Check the link in the pinned comment. And meanwhile, make sure you're subscribed here to Palace. We got a lot more coming your way. Hit that thumbs up as well. Smash that a like. Leave a comment. I know we were supposed to talk about other stories, but Prince Harry Meghan news has come in. We cover it when it does, but I hope you'll click on the other stuff as it arises as well. Click over there.